Good Tuesday, everyone, and thanks for being here. Over the past couple of weeks, the Prestonsburg Police Department has been busy, and they've seized over $50,000 in methamphetamine. As of late, in just the past several hours, they arrested a Sayersville man with thousands of dollars of the drug and thousands of dollars in cash as well, after he was found holed up in a Prestonsburg motel. I'll take you to that report in just a few moments. A Magoffin County Sheriff's deputy, who's also employed as a security officer for the Magoffin County school system, was struck by a vehicle during parent pickup earlier today at the high school. We'll have an update on his condition. A fatal auto accident that's resulted in the arrest of a 28-year-old actually, young man in Pike County earlier this morning. Sayersville City Council met last evening. We will cover a couple of items there. The budget, some money matters, as well as the now vacant seat on the Sayersville Water Commission and why that has happened, where that individual is now employed, as well as some pretty good picks of some thieves in West Liberty that those authorities are asking me to pass along to you in hopes that someone in the viewing area may recognize them. And of course, you weather forecast, the community calendar, and much, much more in about 60 seconds or so.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sayersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. Frazier's Prater Drug Store is Sayersville and Magoffin County's oldest firearms dealer, and they're working hard to keep what you're looking for in stock and at unbeatable prices regardless of the pandemic. For example, in stock right now, Ruger American rifles in .243, .270, and 7mm starting at just $349. That's $100 off MSRP, and they sell everything in the store less than MSRP every day. Like this Mossberg Patriot .243, Glock 44s, a big punch in a small package with this Bond Arms 45 410, and more. All ready to go today at Frazier's Prater Drug Store in downtown Sayersville. In recognition and honor of all of your achievements, especially your extraordinary senior year, Sayersville National Bank wants to salute the class of 2021 and assure you that wherever your next horizon leads you, we're here to help you save for your dreams with student, business, personal checking, and more. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2021 from Sayersville National Bank. Speedy's in Sayersville invites you to come by and get the very best prices on everything from Coke and Pepsi products. 2 15-packs, just $8.88. L81 by the 6-pack, $3.29, or get a full case, $12.50. $6 for 2 gallons of milk, mix or match. And they absolutely guarantee they have the cheapest tobacco around. The best prices on cigarettes by the carton and snuff by the roll, and the more you buy, the more you save. At Speedy's in Sayersville, the very best place to feed your appetite and fill your tank. Guaranteed. Making headlines this Tuesday, Prestonsburg Police, as I said at the start of the program, have been busy. Tens of thousands of dollars in illegal drugs, mostly methamphetamine, seized in the past 2 weeks or a little less. But it was this past Saturday that authorities got a call of a suspicious suspect that led to the arrest of a Sayersville man. The actual suspicious suspect was someone monitoring that Sayersville man, as he was wanted by authorities. And after authorities arrived and cleared up that matter, they were ultimately taken into custody before they left. A Sayersville man who was found with thousands of dollars in methamphetamine and cash. Prestonsburg PD officers Lieutenant Tussey and Patrolman Josh Hinkle actually were called to that suspicious person complaint on Saturday at a Prestonsburg motel. When they got there, they found that someone was actually conducting surveillance on a wanted person who was identified as the Sayersville man in question, Charles Monroe McGuire. After confirming the information that they had before them and that McGuire was wanted and staying in the motel, they contacted the front desk clerk, who said that McGuire's time in the room had expired and he was refusing to leave, and hotel management was requesting that they remove him from the facility. Not having the money to pay for the room wasn't the issue. That is unclear, but police did confirm complaints of heavy traffic to and from the room, and officers went there and found McGuire and arrested him for those outstanding warrants. They also had some four-legged help with them, K-9 handler Nick Bingham and Davis, who found a large amount of drugs, over 1/4 of a pound of methamphetamine, and about $6,250 in packaged cash. Paraphernalia as well used for the resale of the drugs and other items were seized by authorities. After McGuire was cleared medically, he was taken to the Floyd County Jail, so far facing charges of trafficking in methamphetamine first degree, possession of the drug in the first degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Again, $6,250 in cash, but he was refusing to pay for the room, which had already expired as far as his time was concerned. Also out of a neighboring county, which we do have some viewers in down into the White Oak area, the West Liberty Police Department asking for some help in recognizing these two individuals. Some pretty good clips or frames of these two individuals who are obviously up to no good, but caught on security cameras as they were stealing from pop machines in the West Liberty area. It's not very often that you get security system footage as clear as this, especially in the dark of night. It's a really good camera and a really close-up angle to be able to really make someone out. But in this case, West Liberty Police have a lot to go on: the make of the vehicle, the color of the vehicle, at least closely, and then some good frames of both of their faces, a man and woman pulling up to pop machines at an unidentified business in the West Liberty area, but clearly trying to make their way in. Authorities do not show the entirety of the video or tell us at this hour what they made away with, if anything, but definitely at least some damages left behind. The bottom line is, if you recognize this man or woman or anything about them or the vehicle they are driving, you are asked to call the West Liberty Police Department, 743-4385. The female obviously keeping lookout while the male tries to jimmy open the door of at least one of the machines and relieve it of its money. Again, some pretty good frames of both of the individuals, with authorities hoping that someone out there watching this will recognize at least one of them. And our last story before the next break comes from Pike County, where a Pike County police officer's father, as it turns out, was killed in a head-on collision earlier today. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Before police cleared the scene, this man was charged with his death. It was early this morning, around 9 o'clock or so, on rain-slickened roads on US 23 in Pikeville, that this man, 26-year-old Brian Thacker of Pikeville, was traveling in his black pickup truck when he crossed into the opposite lane of travel. Authorities say that he was under the influence of DUI or drugs, we believe drugs, when his black pickup truck traveled from the northbound lane in which he was in to the southbound lane on US 23 when he hit the passenger car that was being driven by Tommy D. Fouts. Fouts is 54, of Virgie, and has a son employed as a member of the Pikeville Police Department. Fouts was also pronounced dead on the scene. 23 shut down for several hours to allow for his body to be removed and a proper investigation of the scene. Right now, Thacker is charged with driving under the influence, as well as manslaughter and possession of a controlled substance for the drugs that were found on him or in his vehicle at the time or immediately following the crash. He was taken to the Pike County Detention Center after being medically cleared. When I come back, a McGoffin County Sheriff's deputy struck by a car after a parent pickup at the McGoffin County High School today. I'll take you to that scene, and then we'll get to a host of other headlines following. Stay tuned. Welcome to East Kentucky's premier vape and CBD shop, offering all natural tobacco alternatives and everything vape and smoke shop related. Everything you're looking for and everything you're not. Best quality, best prices, best service.
Come to Appalachian Smoke Shop for all your tobacco alternatives and accessories, as well as products like CBD, Kratom, and legal THC that people are telling us they're using to treat pain, anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, and lack of energy, as well as just for overall wellness. Make it your one stop, Appalachian Smoke Shop.
Go with All Pro, and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. Reggie Gosser, a longtime employee with the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department, is also employed in a partnership through the school system as a security officer, largely stationed at the McGoffin County High School, where he was today, where he can most often on school days be found directing traffic during parent pickup or following parent pickup, as well as just school being dismissed for students and staff. However, today he found himself on the blacktop after being struck by a vehicle and ultimately airlifted, I am told, to the St. Mary's Hospital. While I have reason to believe, based on previous events, that the high school has security cameras that will be able to tell authorities exactly what happened and how he was hit by the vehicle, on scene today, while they were still packaging Gosser, getting ready to transport him to a landing zone to ultimately fly him to St. Mary's, I understand that he was directing traffic from the high school at the designated exit, as he does daily after school, and that a parent picking up a child following today's classes was exiting, and in doing so struck him with the driver's side rear view mirror and portion of her vehicle. Gosser fell to the ground and was said to be experiencing or complaining from hip and head and back pain. And after being assessed by the lifeguard ambulance service, he was taken to a landing zone and ultimately airlifted to St. Mary's. It should also be noted that there was an estimated time of arrival of at least 15 minutes for lifeguard ambulance service, which has a station only about 60 seconds away, but they had failed to notify McGoffin County 911 that they were at a level 0 situation, which means they do not have any ambulances available for call in the county area, so that the county can be prepared and notify other departments to cover in that effect. And they had to wait for one to arrive from, I believe it was, Johnson County. McGoffin County Rescue Squad and Sayersville Fire Department and Kentucky State Police Officer Tracy Salyer responding to the call. I've still got some headlines to come, including last night's Sayersville City Council meeting. I also want to tell you that I have a camera right about now at the McGoffin County Fiscal Court for this evening. The Board of Education meets later in the week. Coverage of those meetings coming up as soon as tomorrow. With that said, here's what's happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. A couple of birthdays. The first one I'm going to just cover my bases with because it was called in yesterday, but her birthday, after I kind of got into reading it, is actually today. So just in case, Kayla Nicole Minix, a happy 38th birthday today from Mom, Kathy, family, and friends. Happy birthday again to you. And a special birthday wish going out tonight to Douglas M. If you see him possibly frying some chicken sometime soon, wish him a happy birthday. That should narrow it down to dear old Dad celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday to you as well from all of the family. With that said, we go on to tonight's announcements, and that includes that commodities are going to be distributed this week at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center into the rear of the Community Center, Lloyd M. Hall Community Center, and they desperately need volunteers. They're short-staffed always on a good day. It's even more so this week. Please, if you got a few hours in the afternoon, go down and help. It's a little work, but you'll enjoy every minute of it. Great bunch of people to be around. Thursday, 11 till 2:30. If you can volunteer, call ahead and let Marlene know you're coming. 349-5152. North McGoffin Elementary tells me that their site-based council is going to meet in regular session tomorrow, 4:30 in the school's library. Everyone is invited to attend. And a reminder about the Hands Spring Fair. A drive-up event hosted by the McGoffin County Health Department. This is for expecting parents or parents with kids up to 1 year old. Wednesday the 26th, 2 to 4 at the health department. Drive up. You get a free diaper bag filled with goodies from the health department. There's going to be door prizes, a grand prize of a new car seat donated by North McGoffin Family Resource Center. A whole lot of other folks and organizations are going to be participating. That is, as I said, next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, at the McGoffin County Health Department. And announced as I did yesterday, the Ramey Pool will be open this year. It will be, though, however, just for pool parties. So they're going to be open starting June the 1st, but just for reservations. Monday through Friday, those can be made for any time between 6 and 10. Weekends, 2 till 10. 349-5304 is the number to call to make those reservations. Write that down or stick it on the fridge. And call me when you've got a calendar announcement that you want everyone to know about, and, of course, those birthdays and anniversaries, too. From there, we'll turn to tonight's funeral services, and we now have information about services, which are going to be again Thursday afternoon at 2 here in Sayersville for Patchell Salyer, who passed away on Sunday, survived by sons Terry Lynn, Patchell Salyer Jr., Troy Wiseman, and Patchell Sean Salyer, daughters Diana Porter, Gayetta Patrick, Bernice Howard, Janice Howard, Sandy Howard, Lillian Minix, brother Blue Salyer, 20 grandkids, 40 great-grandkids, and 13 great-grandchildren. He was preceded in death by his wife, May. Funeral services start Thursday at 2 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation is Wednesday evening after 6. 64-year-old Dennis Phipps of Sayersville passed away Monday. Son of Ernie and Justina Isaac Phipps, he survived by his parents and his wife, Vicki, a son, Greg Phipps, and daughter, Dawn Gautran, as well as sisters Vicki Sakala and Carolyn Cook, and a grandson, and two grandsons, my apologies. No, I'm sorry, a total of 3 grandsons, my apologies. Funeral services start Saturday morning at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will be Friday from 6 to 9 and any time before Saturday morning's services. And the family is still making arrangements for 81-year-old Jolly Hensley of Sayersville. He passed away yesterday at the Pikeville Medical Center, to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And the McGoffin County Funeral Home will as well be soon announcing services for 24-year-old James William Line of West Liberty. He passed away on Sunday. Again, arrangements still to be made in his honor.
Appalachian Wireless is proud to offer the Emergency Broadband Benefit Discount. This federal program can reduce the cost of our 25 gig unlimited plan by up to $50 a month. If someone in your household qualifies for certain government benefit programs or experienced substantial loss in income in the last year, you may be eligible. Only one discount per household, and it's only available until allotted funds run out. For more details, go to AppalachianWireless.com/EBB. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Unlimited data speeds will be slowed to 512 kilobytes after 25 gig per line.
Spring is always the time for new beginnings and redecorating, or at least adding a few new favorite pieces to your home decor. And the Seasonal Shop has just finished resetting their entire home decor section with all new merchandise. It's all there. Classic favorites, new trends, and the unusual pieces that can set your decor apart from everyone else. Farmhouse, timeless blue and white pottery, natural woods, beaded accents, bohemian, bees, lemons, copper, white pottery, and equestrian. It's all there. And it's all there with local delivery, layaway, and curbside pickup. It's the only place like it. The Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. Get absolutely every mile you can out of the season with great deals right now at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Get up to $70 back on a set of new Coopers or new Hancooks, up to $120 back on new Michelins, up to $150 on new Goodyears, where you can keep your stimulus money and drive safe with 6 months no interest. At Conley Tire in Staffordsville and at conleytire.net. Jesse Rudd and his staff at Parkway Pharmacy are proud to announce the newest member of their team, and yours, pharmacist Dustin Jones, who's actually the grandson of Janet and the late Paul Jones of Dixie in Sayersville. And his addition of over 12 years of experience in inpatient and outpatient services gives you unmatched availability and care when it comes to your health and medication.
Parkway Pharmacy, where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Sagersville City Council met in regular session last evening, a relatively brief meeting lasting about 20 minutes or so. They did adopt a new resolution on some streets maintained by the city, a list of streets attached, including a couple that we will talk about a bit later as they are to be dedicated. Henry Clay Patrick Boulevard and Tom Frazier Way. They are to be dedicated if all plans go accordingly by or around Memorial Day. With that said, from there, the City Council discussed the resignation of David Gardner from the Sagersville Water Commission, as he has now become an employee of the Sagersville Water Works. Gardner, who has long served as a commissioner for the Waterworks, has resigned from that position as he was hired as a full-time superintendent of the facility approximately 2 weeks ago. That does, of course, leave a vacancy for that position, which will be brought before the next City Council meeting. From there was some budget discussion, a budget in size a little bit larger than last year, which Mayor Pete Shepard said will also include a raise for city employees.
Budget's just a little bit more than last year. Everybody at the General Government Police Department, Fire Department, I think we added $10,000 on it, but that's for general fund expenditures, 1.3. And then down at the bottom, I just put some of the places that some of our main sources of revenue.
Right.
This will include a 50-cent raise for all employees if you all vote on it. That amounts to $17,000 and something, and then that jet fringe is $35,000. So altogether. So,
how many employees have we got rest to date right now?
17.
Street workers?
Yeah, we got 4 street workers.
4 street workers?
Duty's off on with his hip, and Bob's out with a hernia. But we got Donnie and Tony. 4 street workers. 4 or 5 firemen. How many firemen we got, Paul? 4 firemen, 4 police officers, 3 general government. General government, that's 19 or 17. 4, 16 is 19 employees.
Shepard also informed the council and audience that they will have an additional $159,000 in the next year budget and the year after coming from COVID relief money, which will have certain strings attached to it as to how it can be spent, but nevertheless adding a little more than $300,000 to the city budget for the next 2 years. He also touched on the fact that they are needing street department personnel down to only 2, with 2 out on medical leave. But before hiring any additional employees, he's waiting to see what the inmate situation will be as to whether or not they'll be able to return to using inmates for services from the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. And up next, and I guess last, your Licking Valley RECC Outlook, which has us looking at close. We knew the 80s were coming yesterday, but right now we're thinking we might actually, more than likely, and possibly definitely by then, see the 90s by the end of your forecast period, or right about there. Yeah, we'll start, though, with the short term tonight. Mostly cloudy skies continuing. We'll throw in that 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms before 9, but nothing out there right now. Not expecting to see much either, but just the cloud cover and about a 54-degree nighttime low. That's going to be pretty consistent for nighttime lows for the next few days and pretty much through the end of the work week for most everyone. But daytime highs are going to swing and get closer to, and actually I think push through the 80-degree threshold tomorrow, and ceiling, well, not a ceiling, we're going to go to 81 degrees and mostly sunny for your Wednesday. A little patchy fog in the morning, otherwise mostly sunny, and again hitting 81, and again back down to 54 tomorrow night with some patchy fog, and then no fog, just full sunshine early Thursday and continuing, and about an 84-degree day. Partly cloudy that night, 54 that night, a 30-degree swing from high to low, but what a high it's going to be, and a pretty comfortable low as well. And Friday, warmer still completely calm, mostly clear. We're going to see mostly sunny skies, 86 degrees, and 56 for your low that night under partly cloudy skies. And 86, I'm glad to tell you, it's not the peak of your forecast period. although the warmest day is not going to be your Saturday either. So we'll go from the low 80s tomorrow to the mid 80s by Friday, and then for your weekend, we'll still hang on to mostly sunny skies and the mid 80s at 85. Mostly clear that night at low of 57, no sun. Nothing but sun in sight. 86 on your Sunday, sunny, partly cloudy, getting closer to 60 for nighttime lows. Monday, a little blip on the screen, if you will. 87, mostly sunny. A 20% chance of some showers and storms at technicality at this point. But look thereafter, starting the first of next week in the midweek, I think the 90s are just around the bend. And that's it for what's turned out to be a pretty nice Tuesday evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow night. A lot of news you're only going to see here. It's like that every night. I'm sure you know that by now. That's why you're watching. And I wish to thank you for that each and every weeknight. See you tomorrow.